Hello.
You? Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing pretty good.
Nice. I'm chilling
Just
also.
finished folding my laundry, my least favorite thing to do.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how much laundry there is.
Oh no, I'm just strictly against folding.
You just hate all kinds of folding. Origami. Origami is your least
Yep.
favorite thing on earth.
Y-
It's like
You
this is
should
messed up.
you should see me around the holidays wrapping presents, dude. I literally want to
it's
die.
it's just your weakness is folding
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, luckily there's no folding in Melee.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, yeah, I just had a pretty good dinner. I went on a walk, and I'm like, you know what? I have time for the lesson.
Not cool. I appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to do this. Let's see. Okay. Well, maybe you could do a quick intro for the stream. Just say where you're from, how long you've been playing, goals for the game, I guess.
Okay. I suppose my tag is Supa. Haven't really entered a tournament. In fact, I just signed up for Gigaswap tomorrow. So
Okay, wait. So on like the YouTube video, do you want me to put Supa?
yeah, sure, it's
Okay,
fine.
okay.
Um, so yeah, excited for that. Um, Goals for the game, I definitely want to aim pretty high. I don't want to say like a vague goal, like I just want to get better. I definitely think that I'm capable of like winning a major. So I
Okay.
would say that's my goal.
Okay.
Something notable, Um,
No, that's a good goal. It's like I just like to hear it. It just kind of usually asking people's goals kind of gets a better feel of like kind of like their level of like dedication. Like some people are literally just like I just want to beat my friend, you know. So I'll take a little bit
yeah,
of a
yeah,
different
yeah.
attitude when somebody's trying to like win a major.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely taking it very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been very competitive.
Okay.
I played like sports all my childhood,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started playing a lot of games. I played chess pretty seriously, and trials. I don't think you've ever heard of that game. It's like a kind of like a speed run game.
Okay. No, I haven't heard of that. Speedrunning games
But
are
yeah,
cool though. I mean, I'm kind of making one, so I get it.
but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So what's going on here? What are you trying to fix? What's the problem?
I thought about this a lot because I really wanted to give you like a clear, concise answer, and I've thought about my improvement and how I've been doing. I've only been playing since I would say right before Slippy came out, so I'm pretty spoiled.
Okay.
I'm definitely just like a one trick fox man. I can't play any other character.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
totally
I've
fine.
realized if I were to like describe my improvement, I used to just be like fast, dash dance, no purpose, get a 50-50 best case, And I did that for a while. And then I discovered your YouTube, which helped me tremendously. And I started adding more purpose into my gameplay. And I would just say, just for these past few months, I've been realizing that like I've been realizing the difference between outplaying somebody and getting an opening and then just randomly getting an opening.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's really
And
good. I'm glad that my lessons were able to help with that.
what I've been noticing is it's a lot of work. There's so many things to be aware of. I've noticed my play has slowed down so much because all of my brain power is being used to be like trying to remember and like paying attention to what
Mm-hmm.
they're doing and trying to
Mm-hmm.
trick them. So I've slowed down a lot. And I really just think I'm kind of I think I'm plateauing, but I think it's because I'm finally experiencing like everything the game has to offer.
Mm. Okay.
In terms of wins, like I feel like I feel like I've beaten some okay players. Like I played like I don't want to call anybody out,
I mean,
because
no, saying who you've beaten in tournament is not a call out, despite what this dumb community will make you think sometimes.
But like I'm actually not going to say names because I don't want to seem like a douche.
Dude, it's not like
but,
that. I mean,
but
dude, just tell me who you beat. It's fine. It's okay. You're not being a jerk by saying who you've beaten in tournament.
well, it wasn't tournament. It was just like unranked. I
Got it.
ran
Okay,
into
yeah. Don't say it.
yeah,
If it's unranked, that's totally different.
yeah. But like top 100 players, like I'll run
Uh-huh.
into them on unranked, and I'll usually get whooped. But like I'll take games from them,
Okay.
and I'll feel like the way the games play out, I kind of like I don't feel like they're smarter. I just feel like they're much more consistent.
Yeah,
And
I know that feeling very well.
yeah.
That's kind of the story of my career. Is just being mad at people for, I'm like, man, all they do is play all day. Why are they more consistent? It's like, well, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess you sent me. Are these both Fox Dittos?
They are. I was thinking for quite a while. I really wanted to find like a meaningful replay, but long story short, I just decided these are the last two games I played today, so I just picked the last two.
Okay.
To be honest, when I think about matchups, I truly feel mediocre in every matchup. If anything, I feel worse in a couple, but um,
Not a bad
you
thing
know,
to
you
feel
know,
like that.
yeah, I don't feel like there's any matchup where I feel helpless.
Yeah, like what I say is I feel like I have like with my Falco right now, I have like a placeholder style for every matchup, but none of them where I'm like, yeah, this is like the right way. I just have
Yeah,
like I constructed this thing that kind of works in the meantime while I'm trying to get better.
yeah.
um okay, so I guess we can hop right into the video. Let me know if, you have any questions or you're trying to like go in a certain direction or something like that. But I'll just kind of look over it and see like what immediately jumps out, and we'll kind of go from there.
I will say that like just my thoughts on the Fox matchup.
Yeah, perfect.
When I play against Fox, for like the past year, I've been trying to convince myself that I like it, but I don't.
Like the Ditto.
Yeah, it's
Uh
like
huh.
not fun. It feels like whoever camps more wins. Like it does because you can't catch yourself, right? So it's like I feel like I'm very uh, immature when it comes to like if a fox is full hopping in the corner, I'm like impatient and I'll go in and
Mm-hmm.
get hit. Same thing with platform camping. Like sometimes it feels like I'll just lose to foxes that just full hop the platform,
Mm-hmm.
shield drop, or just drop down and go back up. Um,
So yeah, so one important thing to remember is that like it's not actually because it's the Ditto, like that has nothing to do with it. It's because it's Fox. Like it's because you're fighting Fox. Like that annoying feeling that you experience whenever you fight Fox, and it's not fun because he's just jumping all over the place, being an idiot, and you can't stop him. Every other character in the game experiences that same feeling.
yeah,
And like all of them except for Marth experience it more than Fox. Where like, man, this is like kind of annoying. Like Fox, like he's not very fun to fight in a lot of ways because he's so strong. And so even when you're playing as Fox, you're like, well, how am I supposed to, abuse Fox against a character against Fox? Like I can't abuse my speed, I can't abuse my hitboxes at all. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of just, that's the trade-off of playing Fox. Is all the other characters feel slow and stupid and easy, and you feel powerful and sick, and then you play another Fox and you have to realize that you're not that special because the other Fox can dash the same speed you can and full hop just like you can and ledge dash just like you can, stuff like that. So it's kind of just like a feeling you have to accept if you want to get good. Like all of the top tiers, and by top tier I mean like the top three, like Fox, Falco, Marth, none of them are super fun to play against when they're playing correctly. It's pretty frustrating, I would say. Just the game is just really difficult in general.
yeah,
So I just wouldn't worry too much about the feeling that you're like not really having really fun with it, because like a lot of times the fun that Fox allows against the other characters is just not allowed in the Ditto. And that's just kind of like a fact of life in the game. But let's get through it and see if maybe there's a few things that you're doing wrong where maybe if we change it you can start enjoying it a little bit more. So, okay, so you're the blue Fox, right? Making sure.
yeah.
Okay.
I actually haven't picked a color. I swap I swap colors all the time.
That's fine. Okay.
I think they're all bad.
So this is a very already. So this is so. I'm gonna. You've watched a bunch of my lessons. I'm just gonna kind of go through and just pick out things that are kind of what I notice, and then we'll kind of look for more general stuff as we go. But this is definitely the first odd thing that I notice is like this drill into a shine, because you whiffed the drill, and so you're kind of just shining, hoping that maybe your opponent is like late on the punish or something, and then like, oh, they'll try to grab me out of the drill and they get shined. But the couple factors here is like, if you shine the enemy fox here, they're just going to go to the ledge. So the shine doesn't really do a lot like offensively. There's not like a lot of reversal potential off of them trying to whiff punish you. And then at the same time, like the whole reason for this shine is kind of like you don't like you're trying to protect yourself from them coming in, because you're like, well, maybe they'll be a little late. But what the shine actually does here is it allows them to be really late. Because if they're like one frame late and they were trying to punish, which is a pretty hard read, by the way, then this shine will work, even though it's not going to get you anything because it'll push to ledge. But if this person is like a bunch slower and then they don't come in immediately, the shine just makes you stay in place for that much longer, which is why this down air hits you. Whereas like, it's really important in the Fox Ditto specifically, like if you miss an aerial, you almost never want to shine after it. The shine is there for like pressure and stuff like that, but ultimately it a lot of times will slow down your movement and make you more vulnerable. So like, look at this, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So you are able to dash on this next frame. So if you dashed on this frame right here, and then you're turning around here, and then you're here, and then you're here, and then you're here, this will never hit you, right? If you just dash back afterward. But because you do the shine, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, you are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and he hits you in place 10 frames late. And that is just kind of like a general lesson that like you want to keep moving, and the shine, if you whiff an aerial and then shine, it'll slow you down like a huge amount and make it way easier for the opponent to kind of, whiff punish you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's unnecessary lag.
Hmm?
It's unnecessary lag.
Yeah, just like it's just the idea that like you definitely want to keep moving and not like shine after aerials like this. I mean, it's kind of like, think about like if this happened where like if he did this drill and then immediately shined here, then what are his options? He can do like shine, wave dash into you and then get shined by you or something. So there's not a lot of good options, but then because there's no shine here, he's able to get like a dash, and then he gets like extra pressure. Okay, good, dead. Okay, missed the fastfall there. Yeah, this is the type of situation that the opponent should definitely be dead. I would have much preferred here just... So this nair, totally good. After this nair, I would have grabbed ledge and then done double jump invincible down air. And then what you can do after the down air is basically they are going to be in a position where they can't wall ride and sweet spot because it's fountain. And then so what'll happen is they're forced to go above the ledge. And so basically you do grab edge, drop double jump drill. They go down low enough they can't sweet spot with a wall ride. Then you grab the edge again, double jump off. They have to go above the ledge, weak back air. You do the invincible weak back air as you're falling here, and then they fall off the ledge, and then you quick armada shine. So this is like a guaranteed kill pretty much if you follow that. You could have also killed out of this shine here. If you're gonna do this shine, the best thing to do, and Falco has to do this a lot, is you do drop shine, and then you do double jump back air, like a shine back air here. And what'll happen is the shine will hit right here, and then when you double jump out, you'll be able to just put a back air right here, and they'll kind of like wall tech into it. You have to delay the back air a little bit, but that's a second option that should guarantee you a kill out of this, because then you just shine back air, it pops them up, then armada shine. Okay, I like that up air on the mistech. Ooh, good nair too. Pretty much never do this edge guard as Fox in the ditto, like the down smash. It's just it might kill every once in a while, but I think this is probably a better down smash against Falco, because Falco can't sweet spot unless he shortens. But Fox can sweet spot without a shorten, so he can just side B mad low and then get a free ledge dash. And so if you really think about it, like against a really good Fox recovering, this down smash should literally never hit. Maybe on Battlefield, but it should, or like Yoshi's with a slope, but it should basically never hit on a normal stage like this. And every time you miss, your opponent can just ledge dash and then combo you to death. So it's basically like giving up a free stock by doing the down smash. So just something to generally completely avoid if you can. Oh, come on. I'm mad about this one. Because what you can do here is you should have already realized that he's too low to double jump and up B, or sorry, double jump side B. So as soon as this happens, you have a guaranteed shine kill. So what you were able to do is right here, right there, you should just be able to jump out early after you see, like right about here. I would have full hopped out right here, like dash full hop right now. And what you can do is they'll often do, like, you'll feel full hop up and they'll do double jump up B at a spacing where it's really hard to hit the full hop shine here. But you can just do full hop, fast fall past them, and then double jump shine, and you should be able to get the Armada shine. If you can't do that right here, when you saw the up B, you should have just grabbed ledge and done drop double jump back air. It'll hit them off, and then you get the edge guard kill. Down smash there once again, like, yeah, you killed him, but like this is the worst thing to practice ever because they could have super ultra easily teched this and then just like literally done like, I don't know, tech air dodge and then still gotten like a shine on you or something. So you could have just lost another stock for that down smash. Fox dittos are super ultra cutthroat. So you have to like really think it's like a knife fight. Like you don't really want to take, like, make funny decisions or like, I know this down smash isn't that good, but I'll do it because you're gonna get stabbed. Like you're just gonna die. Like it's not like a fun little game. Like the other Fox will press one button and you'll die. Okay, generally good combos that caught you with the down air a little bit there. Not really sure exactly what happened here. This looked like a little bit of like a missed reaction, like on this jump off. Definitely had time to like shield here, but not a big deal. Okay, he messes up. Okay, good recovery. Gotta hit those just a little bit more. I still like the drill here. You gotta start doing that.
Okay.
Like right here, just drop double jump invincible drill, and then he can't tech it. And then after the drill, they either have to up B again, and because like it'll create that situation, the same situation after the drill gets recreated every time, where they have to go above the stage, and then you get weak back air into Armada shine. It's like a nice repeatable situation. You don't have to put in any brain power. Something super small here, but the right answer when you feel trapped in this position is always to go to the ledge and ledge dash. In every matchup. This is just the nature of Fox. Just ledge dash. And that way you don't get caught in this whole like, oh, they can read you full. Like, because out of your shield, if you don't go to ledge, your options are like, what, full hop or wave dash. And they can kind of just cover both of those with various pressures. So
yeah,
going to ledge there is definitely a better play.
I've definitely done that sometimes. Every time I do it, I'm like, that's the fiction.
It's definitely like when you do it, you're like, wait a minute, this is really safe. Like, this is great.
I will say, though, this is completely random because I'm pretty much a noob, but is there something weird with the ledges on this stage? Because I feel like weird shenanigans happen when you're like shielding by the corner on this stage, or
yeah, so the issue is that the edges of the stages have this grass. Like literally.
Okay, you're serious. All right.
So this grass, like the physical model of the grass actually like stands up a little bit. So it creates like a weird property where sometimes things sliding along the ground will act kind of strangely, and it allows you to omps attack things that you can't omps attack on any other stage. Pretty weird, right? But yeah, this grass here is very odd, and it's like I'm pretty sure the grass like slightly changes friction too, or something like that. It's very weird, but that is why you're getting like these weird interactions. Is this?
It doesn't mess with ledge dash at all, right?
Not that I know. I don't believe it messes.
It's all in my head then.
I'm pretty sure it's not a ledge dash, but it might with some version of ledge dash. I don't know enough about it. I just know, man, this is that weird grass that lets me omps attack and sometimes messes with like friction or something. I don't know for sure though. Yeah. But that's why it is the grass. Okay. Let's see. Accidental down smash. I would try to. I'm not sure if I thought this was a tech flip at first, but it doesn't seem like it. You really want to spot dodge in the Fox Ditto about 0 times.
Okay.
Like you could become the best Fox Dittoer on the planet without ever spot dodging a single time. So it's just kind of, like if you thought they were gonna hit you, you could have shined or shielded. And like Fox has shine out of shield, he has a frame 4 move out of shield, and it's invincible frame 4 move out of shield, and he can just shine normally, which is, frame 1 invincible move. So like having like a spot dodge that starts on frame 2 or 3 and you have this big long lag after it, it just doesn't have that much value in the Ditto, to be honest. Maybe on FD, like when you kind of get that vibe that your opponent is just going to be kind of like a grab monster, maybe. But at the same time, you can usually just full hop and punish those. It's only on FD where it gets a little weird. But I would just say, like, in general, consider every spot dodge in the Ditto something really bad. It's not something you want to be doing.
I definitely play that way against Falcon. Do you think there's any other matchups that's kind of like a hard rule?
I mean, you don't really want to spot dodge much against a lot of the characters, I think. Like, you don't want to spot dodge against Jigglypuff.
Okay, I got you. It's like a...
I think the only character the spot dodge is kind of good against is Sheik, and even then, I think there's better options. Spot dodge is good against Marth down air also, and mostly just that, because like you can spot dodge Marth down air and you can like punish it afterward. That's like one of the only real like usages of spot dodge that I know of. Like, the majority of the time it's just better to shield. Because, like, shield protects you frame 1, whereas spot dodge has, like, some level of, like, vulnerability. And shield maintains your action ability. Like, the only thing the spot dodge is better against is grab. And in that case, you can do, like, shine drill in place. I call that the Zamu, but I think it's kind of standard now. But he was the first one I knew to do it. Where, like, every time he thinks about spot dodging, he just does shine and then a fast drill in place. Like shine, short hop, drill. So if you have to replace it with something, I would replace it with that. And I think that, like, honestly, you would find a lot of crazy good results just by replacing every spot dodge with the shine down air. Okay. So I would say that, like, it's not that, like, these spot dodge positions that you're doing are super... Like, the idea behind why you're spot dodging is not bad. It's that Fox has, like, versions of spot dodge that just kill the opponent. So you kind of want to use those instead. Like, he doesn't need to use this normal spot dodge because he has broken moves. And yeah, just, like, basically never shield grab ever in the Ditto. This is just a nice, easy shine out of shield. The other Fox will go to ledge. You don't actually get anything out of this, but you get out of the pressure. Okay. Um, this is not really the shine you want to do here. Say what you actually want to be doing is you want to do ledge dash into dash JC shine. That is the correct, like, ledge dash shine is actually like not really that good. Ledge dash dash, especially like slightly late JC shine, you get like this extra distance like out of the short hop, like short hop late JC shine here. It just gives you a bunch of extra distance because like people are almost never gonna be at this range from the ledge. Like basically, if you think that this shine will hit, you should have done ledge dash turnaround up tilt. And if you're trying to read that, like if you don't think ledge dash turnaround up tilt will hit because they're gonna be too far away, then you want to do like ledge dash dash JC shine here. It's just something small.
No, I got you. That's definitely something I can work on. I've been noticing a lot that my ledge play is where I get like the most lazy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the players like really good players will just kill you for it.
I'm definitely noticing that your punish is a lot weaker than like your level of like paying attention to the game. Like I can definitely tell you're looking at the screen, you're trying to outplay your opponent, but you're not like when you're hitting your punishes. So basically in Melee, there's two games. There's like the 2-player game, and then there's kind of like the 1-player game where you're just comboing them. And it's like, yeah, there's a 2-player game in the sense that you have to like react to what they're doing, or like sometimes you make reads, but it's really a different feeling. Like the amount of your brain that goes towards thinking about what your opponent is thinking while you're comboing should be like 2% of what it is when you're playing neutral. And so what you want to train is you want to train this sort of like binary switch of like, I'm playing neutral, I'm playing neutral, I'm playing neutral, I gotta grab, and then you want it to feel like you just flip and you're a totally different player, and now you're just this guy who flings Fox around in combos. And then as soon as your opponent gets out of the combo, you flip back to neutral mode. Because otherwise, you're gonna get stuck reacting to a lot of the wrong points in the combo, and you won't move preemptively. That's an issue a lot of people have when they start playing more reactively, is that like they get a hit and then they wait to react to the DI before they move. But what you really need to do is hit and then move, and then while you're moving already, then you react to what the DI is. And so I think like I haven't really seen that much from you, and I haven't really seen a lot of like repeated up air combos. And repeated up air combos in the Ditto is kind of like what I see as like the bread and butter. You really want to have in a match like, oh, there they go doing the up air. It's kind of like if you watched a Falco match and at no point in the match did they hit down air shine. It would make you kind of like, huh, something's kind of missing here, you know? So like the Fox version of down air shine from Falco is like up air, back air. And so I would say you definitely need to practice more of like the multi up air, back air type combos, because I haven't seen like the recognition of those types of situations come up. Really careful with, don't dash attack unless like the only time you're allowed to dash attack is if the opponent is number 1 in the air and it's the only move you can get to reach them, or number 2, you're totally sure 100% they're not ASDIing down and they're at kill percent. Because there's some situations where like you know they're not ASDIing down for whatever reason. It's kind of like a read. Like you're like, nah, they're not gonna tech this, and they're at like 115, and you do dash attack up smash, and you're like, yeah, or like 95 or something like that. You're like, yeah, there we go, dash attack up smash. Those are kind of fine, but like any percent that's not that, there are like a couple dash attacks here or there that are useful. Like for example, like there's spots where you double jump back air from ledge, and then they kind of are they firefox a little high, and they're falling to edge, and you do that thing where you do drop double jump back air dash attack at the ledge, that one.
Yeah.
Like that one is like fine, but like in general, like when you're on the stage playing neutral, I want you to, if you can, like for now, just never dash attack in the Ditto. That's like an easy rule to make. Just do not dash attack in the Ditto at all.
Yeah,
Unless they are at literally like high percent, or you're getting some like edge guard thing with it or something like that. Because
bro. If I had $1 for every time I dash attacked a Falco and I got
yeah,
shine for it,
dude, you have no
it's
idea. I went through like a whole thing, like when I was learning the game as Fox, about not dash attacking Falco, and like I would just play him, and I would be in a spot, and the only move that can hit him is dash attack, and I just couldn't help myself, and I kept dash attacking, and they would always just tech in place shine me. And I just remember being so angry, telling myself over and over not to dash attack Falco ever. And eventually it mostly stuck, but it is definitely not an easy thing to get 100% of the time. And yeah, you gotta watch out for these spot dodges. Almost all the time when you want to spot dodge, the reason is because they're moving. And you have extrapolated their movement to mean that, like, you are spot dodging here because you think he's gonna try to do something to you. But if you think he's gonna do something to you, he's not actually targeting you. Like, no one in this game has moves. I'm trying to think. Yeah, nobody in this game has a move that actually targets the enemy player. All of their moves just move a hitbox through space. I guess Samus's weak missiles home in on the enemy player. But in general, moves do not home in. So, like, if you are threatened right here, you're threatened because you think there's going to be some sort of hitbox in this area. And the majority of the time in this game, for Fox specifically, because his movement is so crazy, when you feel a threat in a certain area, your goal or your idea should just be to, like, leave. Like, full hop, or go to ledge, or if there was more space to dash back. Movement is almost always the answer, and when it's not, shielding is the answer. So, like, spot dodging is just not a thing. Like, it's like, the first thing you want to think of is, I want to move. Second thing, I want to attack. Third thing, I want to shield. That's it. You should never reach, like, spot dodging. It should just never be an option.
okay.
So you just have to keep that, like, mobility thing in mind.
That up smash I did too. I've been slowly weaning that habit away of like tech chasing with up smash when I know I could like shine or down tilt or something.
Let me see.
I just started getting rid of this up smash habit.
Oh, it's a little earlier, I guess. That one?
Yeah, because I reacted to get up attack, but I should just shine or grab or like anything else right here. Like I should be able to know their percent.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird one. This is like, what would I even do here? See, this is a really ambiguous position because, actually no, he's at 82 after the up smash. My bad.
Yeah.
I thought he was at 82 before the up smash. No, this is definitely a grab, yeah. I was thinking if he's at 80, he can probably go to the top plat, so the grab wasn't that good. The up smash is kind of fine. This is a weird spot. Like, some Foxes will actually, like, forward smash here if he was at 80 or something. But, like, I think at this percent, you're right, the grab is probably just the better option.
I've realized just recently, like just this week, I realized that I have this up smash habit because, well, I guess the main reason is because it's the easiest one. And I've been working so hard on tech chasing Falco, and it's just so hard because he goes so far away that it's just like up smash. It'll work. It's the easiest one. It reaches pretty far.
So the nice thing about your choice of main in playing Fox, and is that up smash is basically no worse than like the third best option in almost any case in like that you can think of. Like, you're like, man, I should edge guard with back air, and you're like, well, I could up smash, and it's like, well, it's not quite as good as the back air because, you know, maybe you'll get hit, but it's not exactly a bad option, you know. And there's a lot of spots like that. So I would even say, like, the fact that you like I would rather Foxes get rid of up smashes than almost any other move. Like, just because it's such a good placeholder. It's like, I see up smash as kind of like a plug for problems where you're like, man, like, there's this big leak over here. I don't really know how to, like, work through this section of the gameplay. And you're like, just kind of, like, duct tape it. That's like the up smash, you know, it's like it's really not that bad. Like I would say, like, basically, like, let's say Cody is playing, right? And there's like a lot of spots where like maybe he could do something sick, where he does like a tech chase with like an up air, and then he does like a shine back air or something. But like basically, if you replaced all of those options that Cody does with up smash, he would not perform that much worse. That's kind of like the type of thing up smash is, where it's like it's not optimal in a lot of spots. I mean, it is optimal in quite a few, but like there's like, I just don't feel too bad about up smashing in spots. It just be like, yeah, I'll go back and fix that up smash later. But it's not like a lot of this other stuff. Like, I think you doing the drill and missing and then shining afterward is like 100 times bigger of an issue than up smashing there.
Gotcha.
Up smash is really, it's just so, it's like, man, wouldn't it be like, I just don't know what to do. And it's like, well, have you tried the move that does 18 damage and then puts them in like a super disadvantageous position? And you're like, oh. Like, it's really not that bad. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. It is something that I would like you to fix eventually, but don't really mind it too much as a placeholder right now. I really want to see like those up air chains more. And that's more of like an aerial combo than like a tech chase necessarily. This is a spot... Man, the Fox Ditto is a difficult matchup to explain sometimes. Basically, this is a spot where you are not paying enough attention to where the enemy is. So it creates like an illusion in your mind that you're interacting, but you're not interacting. And what that does is it makes you do something that has no value because you're like participating in a party that doesn't exist. And so... like you're just not gonna, like, no one's happy that you brought Punch to the party that doesn't exist, you know. So it's like you do this nair, but like there was no world in which this nair was interactive at all. Like there was literally no way this nair would ever interact. So like let's see where the nair is. Okay, so we're like right here. It's when you land. So you're like here. This is not a distance you want to be making gambles at. You know, it's very much like, in your mind, you were just like, man, Fox is so fast. He's just everywhere at once, and that means he's kind of close to me, so I can just kind of hit him. It's like, no, he's actually over here. And it's just something you kind of have to get used to, that, like, when you're here and you're gonna nair, you need to stop yourself before you nair by realizing how far away they are. That's kind of just it. So that's more of, like, a reaction point issue, where, like what I kind of like to tell people, especially if you're a really good character like Fox, is like, I would rather you be like, not close enough, and then like I would rather you think the enemy Fox is too far to interact from, and they hit you. Like, I would rather you be wrong in that way, where you're like, not yet, I need to only interact when they're very close to me. And then they hit you, and you're like, oh, I didn't realize they could interact so quickly from that range. That's like a much better experience to learn from than like, well, I thought they were close, but they were actually mad far, so I just kind of threw out a move in the air. And it is a difficult judgment. Like, I'm not making fun of you for this happening, because like attacking from too far away is kind of like one of the main problems that manifests among like the top players of the game, where it's like no matter how good you are, you're kind of just always approaching from too far away and like having trouble diagnosing this situation. But this one feels pretty obvious, so it almost like indicates to me that you might not really be like this might be a kind of a weakness of yours, where you're not super paying attention to this, because like the idea that like you only want to interact once your opponent is actually at an interactable range is like one of the fundamental things that you need to observe in the game in general, but like extra in the Fox matchup, because he's so fast. Like, our brains just have a tendency to panic because Fox is so fast, where like he's just dashing and he's moving so fast that our brains just kind of like, we just kind of like flail, like, get away, he's too fast, you know. But like, you have to just get better at being like, no, I'm confident he is not close enough to hit me. And kind of just do that and get hit and be wrong enough times until, because that's how I am with Falco, is I've done it. There were so many times where I was like, I'm safe. I'm just going to shoot a laser and I'm totally safe. And then I would just get hit and die. And I was like, oh. But I just did that like hundreds of times. And now when I shoot a laser and I go, I'm totally safe, I'm right like a large percentage of the time, like 90-something% of the time I'm right, where I shoot a laser and I go, I'm totally safe. And so like that's what you want to practice. Like you want to practice the feeling of you're not close enough to interact, I'm not afraid of you. Not like practicing the feeling of like, you know, trying to hit them out of it. You want to practice more like, I'm confident you're not going to be able to hit me and stuff like that. So that's just something small. It's like, it's just a lot of times you need more comfort in kind of like knowing what ranges are like super relevant, because otherwise Fox kind of just gets to be everywhere on the stage at once, like in your head, which is something you got to avoid.
I think what I was going for there was an extremely bad undershoot, and that like is like my actual question. Do you think undershooting is just like not a thing in this matchup? Because I'll undershoot in Fox Dittos, and then it's like there's no such thing because they just can burst for like half the stage, and you know, like short out drill or something.
Undershooting is definitely a thing, but
I feel like maybe dash in would have just been 100 times better than like jump in there.
Undershooting is valid in the Fox Ditto, but you mostly want to do the like fade back / undershoot down air and not a nair, just because, you know, a lot of times it'll catch them dashing in, and if they decide not to dash in, they have a really hard time actually punishing it. So okay. I think that's not bad. The nair is like fairly safe. Like if you really do an undershot nair, it's like kind of safe, I guess. But it doesn't like I don't know. You want to be, this game is like, you kind of want to be as like, I don't know how to think. Like you kind of want to be like as big and bad as you can. Like you kind of want to be like a person that makes big things happen in the game. And like you kind of want to stick to that all the time, and like think about like, you know, a puff, and this puff player is always fiending for rest, you know, like they are constantly trying to make like big things happen, and sometimes those types of players will just spam rest and they just keep missing their rests, and you're like, okay, stupid, and you kill them for it. And so that's where the balance is that like you don't want to like totally risk yourself and give up anything or like everything, but you want to like you want to do big, significant, meaningful things as much as possible. And so doing like that fade back nair, like let's say you did it right, you did the short hop fade back like undershoot nair type of thing, it's like you kind of just did the nair in case he dashed in, and then he didn't dash in, so you're like, whew, nice, the nair kept me safe. But like from his end, you did this like nair that was kind of in place, and you gave up a bunch of space, so now he's like close enough that he can kind of threaten you like after the nair and stuff like that. So it's just you just have to remember, it's like here, let me go back, and this might help a little bit. Was it before this? Okay, yeah, right here. So let's say you do this undershot nair. So it's like an undershot, and it kind of stays like this distance, right? So that way you don't like overextend and get hit. Would you rather be the Fox on this end, nairing in place, protecting yourself? Or would you rather be the Fox over here with full domain of the entire stage while this Fox kind of like meekly defends himself in the corner, you know? So it's like, it is a ditto, you're at even stocks, percents are fairly even. You can kind of like choose your role. and you don't really want to choose the role of like small movements, like very low risk but low payoff options. The game is really a lot more about like big payoff options, and then all of your movement and positioning and timing and all of that is engineered to make those big payoff options like less risky, more consistent, stuff like that. So you just really want to be focused more on like kind of doing big things. Like I definitely don't super get that from your fox, because here's the thing. What does your fox want? That's what I'm kind of trying to figure out. Cuz like okay, I'm thinking about it a little bit more. This might actually be a negative consequence of you enjoying my lessons so much. And so it's kind of like it's like if somebody has like a gun and they're kind of just shooting everywhere randomly. It's like the gun has deadly power, but they're not really doing anything with it if they're not shooting anything. But like if they get a shot on somebody, that person's just dead. The gun is too powerful. And so like I spend time with a lot of people like, hey, you got a gun, but you need to aim the gun. And they're like, oh, I have to aim the gun, you know? But like you kind of have like a, I don't know, like a you know, like they have like those wiffle balls or whatever, and then they have like the little light plastic bat that's made of like, it's like hollow, it's made of like light plastic, and like if you hit someone with that like 10,000 times, maybe you could give them like a concussion, but like it's not gonna do a lot, and it doesn't really matter how much like skill of the samurai you have with your little plastic bat. Like it doesn't have any consequences for actually like succeeding with it. Whereas like, you know, the person with like a deadly weapon, a sword or a gun or something, they just need to kind of get a lucky slash. So you just need both, or a lucky shot. Like you need both elements. And so most people go in the first direction. Maybe not. Maybe most is like a 60-40 ratio, where like most people focus on fiending for stuff. And this is like a very annoying playstyle to fight against. A lot of times, you know, you run into Marths and stuff like that who are just like grab, shield grab, shield grab, and it's like, calm down, you know? And it's like, because they're not going for the outplay at all. They are literally covering their eyes and shooting their gun in random directions.
It's the game 3 Zane.
Huh?
That's the game 3 Zane.
It's like the game what? Sorry, I did not catch
the game 3 Zane.
One more time.
I'm sorry. Let me see. Turn myself up.
No,
it was like the 3 Zane. That Summit versus Mango.
Oh, that's okay. See, no, I was kind of hearing you, but I just wasn't really understanding the moment, like exactly what you're talking about. But you're talking about like the one where Zane kept like dashing back and grabbing, and Mango kept undershooting airing.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, no worries. But yeah, so Marth is a lot of times people are kind of going to be with this like murder mentality, and they don't really care how it gets done or why it gets done. And it's kind of like, it's kind of unhealthy in a lot of ways, because they don't learn to outplay, you know? And that's kind of what you've been focusing on. And it's okay to kind of go in any direction as long as you know to balance back in the other direction. So like, if somebody's just like a total punish bot and stuff like that, that's totally fine. It's okay for someone to spend like 2.5 years as a punish bot, as long as after those 2.5 years they're like, wait a minute, I need to actually outplay people. So then they take their gun and they learn to aim it, and then they're scary. And so on your end, it's kind of the opposite, where like I can tell you're focusing on like outplaying them, but you don't have like strong victory cases. So, like, I don't get the sense that you're just, like, you're not, like, give me the gimp, give me the gimp, give me the gimp. Like, you know, that's kind of how my fox plays in the matchup. I'm just like, give me the shine. I'm going to shine you. I'm going to forward throw. I always say that Fox's strongest kill move on Fox is forward throw. Like, I think literally Fox's best kill move is forward throw on Fox. You just throw him off, you edge guard one, you get one edge guard read, and you shine him. But, so it's like you're not really fiending for the combos. Because you're not, like, up air, up air, up air, up air, back air. And you're not really fiending for, like, tech chase combos like Moki. And you're not really fiending for shine gimps or back throw or forward throw. And so it kind of gives this feeling of like, what does he want? It's like, well, he wants the outplay. And it's like, well, when you, it's like winning the lottery for like $5, you know? It's like when you get your victory case, when you get what you want, it needs to be like a big deal. And so I feel like that is a little bit of an issue for your Fox, where like you don't have quite enough intention at like what you want, because you're a little too focused on like outplaying in neutral and stuff like that. At like where you're currently at. It's like my general approach to this game is that like in general, the best thing to do is to always find the thing you are weakest at and focused on that. And so, like, even though you definitely have a long way to go in terms of neutral and movement and all this stuff, the sort of, like, killing intent type of, like, I want the kill, I want a combo, I want to gimp you, that is currently something that is, like, severely below the level of the other things in your play. So I would say, yeah, go ahead.
In this particular specific example, like what's on screen right now, my mindset should be, okay, this guy's at 95, get a back air, you know?
Yeah, give me a back air,
you know?
Give me a grab, give me an up smash, and you're just like looking for that. So you're like here, and you're like, okay, like if I was in this spot, I'd be like, okay, maybe like what I can do is I can do like a ledge dash, and then I'll do like a ledge dash shine, and maybe I'll get him, and then I'll tech chase up smash. And like that would be my thought as soon as I grab the edge. Is like, hey, maybe I'll get that. So I would do like a ledge dash here, I would go for the shine, I miss him, that's fine. Like, you know, he was all the way over here, I just missed. I go, okay, that's okay. Now maybe, you know, he full hops here, I'm like, oh, maybe I can sneak a back air here. Or maybe I don't like this backflip position because I'm afraid we'll trade. So I just kind of wait it out, and then I go for a full hop, and I'm kind of looking for other stuff. But like, in any situation, like let's say a fox is at 0, you need to be like, I'm gonna kill this fox. I'm gonna kill this fox at 0. And then, you know, as you're trying to kill that fox at 0, maybe you get a grab, and you go, okay, well, you know, the grab isn't gonna let me kill them at 0, but now that I got the grab, it's time to do a big combo, and I'm actually gonna combo them into I'm gonna get a lot of percent and then do an edge guard, you know, and like maybe that'll kill him. And I just need to feel this feeling that like you want them to lose their stocks really badly, because it definitely feels like you're very caught up in like the positional battle and stuff like that, which is, like I said, really good. I honestly prefer. I think it's a little bit easier to tell people who approach the game from this direction of outplaying to like hit harder. It's a little bit more straightforward to just be like, hey, grind Uncle Punch tech chases and practice up air, up air, up air, and think about shining people more and stuff like that. It's a lot easier to say that than like someone is used to just doing left right drill, and you're like, have you considered, you know, looking at the screen, you know? So like it's a little bit more of like an abstract idea going that direction. So I'm definitely happy with like generally your approach that you're trying to outplay. Like this was super good. Like I don't even have a complaint about this right here, where you ran off and then you catch him running off here with the back air. That was super good. But we got to make sure that no grab edge right here so he can't side B. There's actually a nice little flow chart with spacies where what you do is you grab edge to cover the side B. Like you grab edge early to cover the side B, and then you can actually just react to Fox's up B starting and then do shine up B or like re-grab the edge, and you'll have your invincibility like kind of right when they're starting their up B at you. So it's just like a nice little flow chart that kind of takes away some of the thought process. It's just like, oh, grab edge. If he up B's, refresh the edge, and I'll have my invincibility. That's what I use as Falco like every time.
Yeah, it's definitely bad edge guard.
Yeah, so I think just to sort of like go over it, a lot of times it looks like your goal is to win a situation rather than like a stock. And it seems like those would go together really cleanly, but there's actually a lot of spots in this game where like winning a neutral interaction won't actually get you like a big punish. Like maybe you won the interaction because you nared them, but you just did like 10% and then that's it, you know? And you're not even necessarily in a great position. And you're like, well, I saw this position I could win, so I had to take it. But you don't really need to take every position you think you can win. You only need to win the critical ones where you kill them afterward. So I just want you to think a little bit less about trying to outplay all the situations. It's good to keep that in the back of your mind that, like, yes, I need to be, eventually I will be an outplay master, you know? And that is kind of like how I play the game. But also recognize that, like, it doesn't matter how good of a driver you are when your engine barely works, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that from looking at it, that definitely appears to be the main thing. I want to see more fishing. Also, make sure when you're doing these drills, you got to dash out of it immediately. You're a little bit slow after each drill, and it's definitely costing you a little bit on your movement.
I do have like a another immature question, because it's stage specific.
Yeah.
My up airs on this stage are definitely like 1,000 times worse. I'm not saying I'm like good at it by any means, but like on this stage with the moving platforms, the up air tech chases, do you think you just always, because the way I tend to approach it, I don't think I did it this game, but the way I tend to approach it is if I go for an up air on this stage, I kind of just like always go for the instant jump that would try to cover tech in place. But on this stage, it's weird because sometimes the platforms are really low and they get like an early tech. I don't know if you.
Yeah, well, a lot of times, like, it's like on Battlefield, the reason why you can't tech chase until like 40 or 50, like reliably, like you have like the kind of 50-50 at early percents, is because like how early they tech in relation to like you jumping, you know, like the percent that you can react to any tech on is like a lot higher on Dreamlands than on like stages. So like this one has like really low platforms. So even at like mad low percent, like 15 or something, when you up throw, if you full hop immediately, you'll get, because the key is the falling up air. If you have to rising up air, you can't get the tech chase. But if you land a falling up air on the tech in place, you can always just react to the tech. And look at the size of these platforms. They're like dinky. Like they're the smallest platforms ever. So like, yeah, just make sure you land a falling up air, and then you can always just tech chase if they do a roll. Like this is like, this stage is ridiculously easy to tech chase on the platforms.
Okay, I definitely need to add that to my like practice routine. I've literally never practiced tech chasing on platforms on this stage. I'm just like, oh, FOD.
I mean, they are kind of easy. The thing I want to see more of is multiple up airs. I need to see multiple up airs, like fast multiple up airs. Okay. I think Smash Daddy is a really good example of those. If you want to check out his videos, he does a lot of really good standard like up air, up air, up air, back air type combos. So this is like an example of like a situation where you're like, where you do this, so you miss this L cancel here. You do this nair, but like this nair, the expected value on this nair, it's like, okay, so what is your worst case on this nair? Well, your worst case on this nair is that he just dodges it and then he kills you with like an up smash and you die. And your best case on the nair is you get a little bit of nair damage, but even if he like ran in and crouched, he would still just kill you out of this nair. And then if he full hopped, he would also kill you out of the nair. There's a lot of ways you can die out of this nair, and there's no ways you can kill your opponent out of this nair, so you probably just don't want to do it at all. Because remember, it's like, think about it, when you're playing against Jigglypuff, why is Puff so scary when she's at 140 and you're at 0? And it's because she's going to hit you once, and then she's going to rest you. And you need to be that all the time. Like, that feeling of, man, like, it's scary to even try to hit my opponent one time because they're just looking to murder me. That is a feeling you need to create for your opponent. Whereas think about, you know, like Puff against Peach or something. The Puff doesn't really have to be scared of Peach in the same way that like Fox has to be scared of Puff. Because the Peach can't zero death Puff at all, no matter what she does. So like the risk isn't there, and a lot of times that'll like dictate matchups. So if you are not playing in a way that gives you zero death potential, even if you like guess wrong so you don't actually get the zero death, if you're not playing in a way that gives you the zero death potential, your opponent's not going to respect it, and it'll just be like generally ineffective. Like this Nair, like let's say you did something kind of bad here, because obviously I think a better option here is probably full hop or dash back. But let's say you just did like I don't know. Let's say you just, instead of doing this Nair, you just literally up smashed in place. It's like that up smash in place. It's like, yeah, it's not very good. You can kind of die out of it, but if you do just hit them with it, a lot of times they'll pop up, they'll miss the tech, you jab, up smash again, and suddenly you two-stock them, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's just one of these basic concepts you need to like kind of be tuned into, is like, every opening that I win needs to be the world's best opening. Like, I need to play specifically, like, when you're looking at the stage, when you're looking at spacings, when you're looking at options, the thing you need to be seeking out is mostly how you can like kill your opponent. And then it's like, well, I want to kill my opponent, but I keep getting hit. And it's like, okay, so then you protect yourself. And it's like, well, now I can protect myself and look for good openings. And that is when you focus on the outplay. When you know what openings you're looking for, you're kind of fiending for the insta-kill, and also you're protecting yourself pretty well from your opponent's insta-kills with your positioning. That's when you go, aha, now I outplayed you in this, you know, rather than like a fist fight, it's a knife fight, and now I outplayed you in the knife fight, and I got my stab, and I win the game, instead of, you know, a punch to the gut, and then you just go back to normal, you know?
Yeah.
So, okay, we're about at an hour, but I'm curious what sort of questions or thoughts you have. We talked about a lot of stuff.
I have one separate question. I don't know if you want to take the time to answer it.
No,
I don't know how in depth it is.
Go for it.
It's related to this matchup, and it's just crossing my mind now because I'm looking at what's on the screen.
Yeah, I don't mind going a couple minutes over.
I'm wondering like what your thoughts are when, especially in scrambles. I wouldn't say like in neutral, but like in a situation that's unreactable. What do you think about like Nair, especially under like 30, like just like the greedy Nair in this matchup? Because I feel like it's bad, but then I feel like it's like super good. Sometimes, like I feel like I'll be trying to do like we're both at 0, and I'm gonna try my drill because it's a higher expected value, and then the guy just nairs, and the nair beats the drill, and it's like
I would say more often than not, you should just full hop. Because full hop will just beat it. Like, it's kind of like, if he nairs and you dash away, he's not going to beat you. He might lose. And then, if you drill, he might beat you if he, like, somehow gets, like, a correct DI on the drill. But then if you full hop, he definitely loses. And he might lose really big. Like, if you're both at 0 and you full hop late drill and he does short hop nair, you just win the stock. So the nair is just overall bad because of the prevalence of full hop out of the scramble situation. But, like, yeah, I mean, let's say you're at 0 and then, you drill and he nairs and he hits you out of your drill. You didn't die, Yeah. But if you were right and you drilled him, he might die. And that's kind of why it's not very good. The thing is the nair just feels great. It just wins everything. It's just perfect auto. Yeah. It's this perfect auto victory tool, except it just gives you little tiny victories, and you nair someone 12 times and they grab you and you lose the stock first. That's the problem with nair. So, like, nair, especially in the ditto, you just... Like, I think nair is kind of like the move that, like...
Dude, Fox nair is like cocaine, dude.
Yeah, like, like nair is the move that, like, once you're rich, you can buy a lot of it and it's fine, but you don't want to go bankrupt because of nair. That was me going with the Coke reference, but... yeah, it's just like the Nair is good, but like a lot of times it trades like having a good result with winning a situation. So like, you know, it's like do you want, a 99% damage, a 99% chance of getting 1 point, or do you want a 50% chance of getting 200 points, And it's kind of like, well, man, this 1%, I just win every time, And it's like, yeah, but you're only getting 1 point, whereas this other guy wins half the time and gets 200 points. It's just not, and that's not even, I could have lined up the percents better. I'm just trying to show there's like a huge difference between like nice, easy win, but you don't get anything, versus like this was a way more complicated or difficult win, and I'm not even like I could have lost and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, but like when you hit it, you kill them, and like finding that balance and not just being like win, 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 lose the stock. That's just kind of like the Fox special is win, 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 lose the stock. And it just takes mental practice to kind of avoid falling into the pitfall of like, but I keep hitting them. Why am I losing? This game is dumb. And it's like, well, you weren't hitting them in the right way. And when they hit you, they down tilted, So like their choices were just more straightforward, like more pointed, and had better intention to actually win the game rather than just like outplaying situations. Because while winning situations can lead to winning the game, it doesn't guarantee that you win the game. Only taking stocks guarantees that you win the game. And winning situations is a means of getting openings which allow you to take stocks. But some people can just be really good at taking stocks, throw out a bunch of moves, randomly get a hit and take the stock, and they'll still beat you if you're just trying to go for outplays and you don't have the necessary like punish and deadliness to your play, if that makes sense.
Okay. So the overall theme is I got to start fiending.
Yeah, well, you need to practice the up air combos a lot more. You need to practice tech chase combos. You need to practice going for shine stuff, and you need to kind of like really fiend for it. And I need you to like be a little bit less smart for just a little while. It'll help you out a lot. Like but you need to like hang on to the smartness. Don't lose your connection to your smartness and become a punish monkey, obviously, but like you can kind of put it on the back burner for a little while and focus on this part of your game. And then when you come back and you're like, well, now I hit people really hard, but I feel like I'm an idiot, then you're like, okay, let's dust off the old neutral game and bring it out again. And then you have neutral game and you murder people as soon as you touch them, and it kind of just comes together to make a good player. So if you're trying to win a major, that's definitely the direction you got to go.
I got you. I'm excited that to dive into it, because I can definitely it's a clear direction.
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely practice up air combos and start spot dodging less and all this.
Yeah. I would definitely like rewatch this and stuff like that too. We went over so many details.
Are you still streaming?
I am still streaming. Yeah.
Can I just do a quick shout out?
Yeah, go for it.
To Sub to Fiction. This is like the best free content for Melee. So, any primers? Any primers in chat?
Yeah, let's go. You heard the guy. Give me the subs. The stick up. No.
But yeah, I really appreciate it. Your YouTube has like saved my gameplay.
Dude, that makes me so happy to hear. And hopefully, even this lesson, I'm gonna upload this lesson right after we're done. And maybe this lesson will be, that lesson for somebody else where they see it and then that kind of like saves their gameplay. So you never know. Kind of cool.
All right.
But all right, man. It was fun talking with you. I had a good time, and I hope you have a good one.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right.
Thanks.
Peace.